Yes.
Congratulations, Felix, on
Thank
reaching the quarterfinals. How would you assess your performance today?
Yeah, my best match so far in the tournament. So, over the victory, it feels good. It feels good to play the way that I, ambition to play in this game. And today was in a Grand Slam, this is the type of matches that you want to play. So, I'm happy with my performance.
Thank you. First question in English.
So with this, you've now reached quarterfinals, all four majors.
Yeah.
But as yet not been past the semi-finals, even though you're quite experienced now. Do you think there's a reason for that, or does that give you extra motivation?
No, I mean, there's no specific reason. Every tournament is different. It depends, because every slam you play is an opportunity to win, mathematically. Some I lost first round, some I lost semifinals. If the two semifinals that I played, one I played a player that was much better than me at the time. And again, also with Sinner, he was better than me. So I don't think there's any reason but to be a better player. And that's why I go on the court every day. Yesterday, tomorrow, I go back on the practice court with the ambition of improving.
I'm sure everybody's asking about this, but how difficult is it to keep focused on your tennis, the next opponent, despite the fact that obviously the draw is more open than it's been in the recent past?
I think it was, now we kind of got used to it, at least for my part. Now it's like, I think there was like that big day or 2 days in a row, it was like, Sinner lost and Djokovic lost. So it was like a lot of noise. But that was last week, and then as the days went by, you kind of get used to it. And then today I didn't feel any sort of, I don't know if it's supposed to add nerves or whatever, but I didn't feel anything different. And then, me playing Cobolli in quarters is kind of like he's 10 seeds, so it's almost normal in a way, that matchup. And then, of course, not having Sinner, for example, in the semifinals is not an opportunity, but you need to be there. So I have to focus on the next match and then try to be in the semifinals.
Hi there, Felix. As discussed, you've had success at all the Grand Slams now, and you've obviously had great results indoors. I just wondered if you were to rank the surfaces in terms of the one that you think you're the best on, 1 to sort of 5 almost. Where would clay be now?
I've always liked playing on clay. It's never been a problem of not liking it. It's just that one of my big strengths is my serve, and then obviously on indoor, and there's no sun, there's no wind, I can be consistent. Obviously the surface is a bit faster, so I think my serve is just paying off even more on indoor, but it's important to serve well every surface. But it's funny because, I think it's just also that we play a lot on hard courts. I don't know what percentage of the season we play on hard courts, but there was times when I was 18, 19, I was playing more on clay. So I was having finals in Rio, finals in Lyon, and other tournaments. So I was playing the summer, like in Stad and Humag on clay. So now I just play on hard. So that's why I think also I don't play as much on clay. And even I haven't had great grass results in the last few years, even though I like grass as well. But it's just the amount of tournaments, so you don't get a lot of opportunities. I think that also explains a lot. If I played 15 tournaments on clay a year, probably I'd be a better clay player.
Hey, Felix, well done. You said yourself you weren't so pleased with your results earlier this season during this clay swing.
Yeah.
Have you felt different starting this week, or is it just sort of the randomness of the sport that scores are close and margins are small and sometimes you come out on top? What do you think it is that's been going on the last 8-10 days?
I think it's what you said. First match, I didn't play great. I was down 2-1, managed to come back, won a tiebreak in the 5th. I mean, that tiebreak doesn't go my way, and it's, go back home for me. So now I'm in the quarterfinals. So there's a bit of that. I mean, I won also 2 tiebreaks in my last match. So when these tight sets, go your way, you're able to sometimes capitalize on that and go deeper in tournaments and then find your best level as the tournament goes on, where in Madrid and Rome, I just lost a couple tiebreaks. I wasn't able to play well enough to, be dictating the whole match. So I think it's a bit of that. And then obviously, in Grand Slams, I'm able to spend more time on the court and kind of figure out my game as the tournament goes on.
As a development of the answer you gave to David's question, a few years ago you worked with Tony Nadal.
Yeah.
And the assumption among us here, and I think others in the tennis world, was you were struggling on clay. Do you think you've mastered clay to the extent that the surface is now out of the equation when it comes to this stage in a tournament?
I think I've repeated myself a lot in my career about that, and I think, I don't know, maybe if I win the tournament, I'm going to make it clear to everyone, I don't mind the clay. I just don't mind it. Like I'm going to tell you a story. When I was 18, my coaches thought I should go play in South America because I was better on clay. So I went to Rio, Buenos Aires, Sao Paulo. In the summer, I skipped the grass to play on clay. So at 18, the schedule was to play more on clay. As the years progressed and my game progressed, it was more natural for me to play the bigger tournaments on hard courts and to play on indoor at the start of the year and at the end of the year. But I don't mind the clay, and I didn't, get Tony to play better on clay just to learn about somebody that's been the highest level of tennis. That was the key, not just to be better on clay.
Ciao, congratulations.
Thank you.
You played twice Cobolli in Canada, Montreal, and also in Acapulco, I think.
Yeah.
And you both lost, but it was 2024. What do you think Cobolli has eventually progressed?
Yeah.
And what about you too? And what do you remember of those two matches in particular, if you remember anything?
I remember, but I think neither for him or me, these matches are relevant to the next match we're going to play. I think it's very different. To be honest, when we played in Montreal, I came 2 days before from Paris Olympics. So I came because I was playing at home and I wanted to play in front of my crowd, but I was in no place to play well. So he destroyed me. I played terrible. And then, we played a contested match in Acapulco. It was tough. I served bad, but, I could see already that he was a great player. He was not high ranked already, but when you see the way he moves, when you see his shots, you can see that he's talented. You can see that he's a very balanced player. So he's got a great hand. So I've always been a fan of his game. I think he's a great player. Now we've had the chance to practice together more and more as the years went by. And this guy has a lot of qualities. So for me, I approached this next match as a very tough match.
My question was going to be about Cobolli, so I think you've answered it. But is there anything else you can add about? You weren't surprised by his ascension. Djokovic said, I think after Wimbledon, he saw him as a top 10 player.
Yeah.
Do you think he can go further than that? Do you see him as a future? Obviously not immediately, but do you see him as a future Grand Slam winner?
I think there's a lot of players. We're all in this category. There's obviously the two players that are dominating the game currently. Zverev is in the deserved third position, and then there's myself and everyone after that. We're all close in terms of points, in terms of level. We all have ups and downs. Cobolli also has ups and downs throughout the season. So I think the question is not only who's going to be able to just win a major, but who's going to be able to improve his tennis to the level that they can be consistent year after year.